Hello everyone, in this tutorial we'll teach you how to use Elevenlabs. So Elevenlabs uses an AI speech software that allows us to generate audio. This can be done for say storytelling, audiobooks or news articles. And at the moment it uses text to speech and also create a voice lab. So without further ado, let's go ahead and try this. If you already have an account, you can go ahead and sign in, or you can also sign up using Google, Facebook, or your own personal email. Once we have logged in, we are now presented with this environment. So we have the speech synthesis and also we have the voice lab right here. So let's take a look at speech synthesis. So we have here some settings. We can choose the different pre-made voices.
You cannot find yourself by going into the past.
You cannot find yourself by going into the past. You can find yourself by coming into the present.
And you can choose a pre-made voice that you wanted. We can also add some additional settings into this. We can change things like stability, clarity enhancement, and if you want to set it back to default, we can do so as well. We can then choose the different models, AI models that we use. At the moment, we have the 11 monolingual version 1, and there is also the experimental version for multilingual AI model. So let's go ahead and add a text right here. Once we have our text, we can go ahead and generate.
Hello there, this is a sample voice test. Hello there, this is a sample voice test.
As you can see there, this has generated the voice that we want. So what you have heard is the sample of the audio with the settings that we have chosen and the text that we have. And if you take a look at here, we have the total quota remaining. So what that means is if you take a look at our subscription, we are currently using the free version and we are limited to up to 10,000 characters, but this will reset every 15 days, so we can go ahead and do so. Just quickly going over the plans, there is a free version, the starter version, and the creator version as well. So now that we have chosen a voice setting, if you take a look at here, there is also the add voice feature. And this is another section for Elevenlabs. Let's go ahead and go into Voice Lab. Now Voice Lab says here is a creative toolkit designed entirely new. We can design entirely new synthetic voices from scratch. We can even clone our voice. So let's go ahead and add a voice. So for instant voice cloning, we need to have a non-free version. But what that does is you can pass your audio and it will try to understand your intonation, try to understand your voice pattern and recreate that as well. Now let's take a look at the voice design. So what that does is we can create a new voice. So we'll go ahead and do so. I'll create a male, a young male with, so we have options of the American accent, British accent, African accent, Australian and Indian. So let's, I'll try the British accent right here. And then we can change the accent strength. And here is an example text that we can take a look at. If we click generate, again, this will use your quotas. But let's go ahead and do so.
First, we thought the PC was a calculator. Then we found out how to turn numbers into letters, and we thought it was a typewriter.
So that was again another sample that we have. if we don't, if we can also generate some more. So if we click generate, we should have a different version.
First, we thought the PC was a calculator. Then we found out how to turn numbers into letters, and we thought it was a typewriter.
And now, once we're happy with that, let's go ahead and use voice. And now let's go ahead and save this voice. Let's give it a name. We'll call him Steven. And create voice. So as you can see here, you can generate up to 3 voices. And again, if you have the non-free version, you can do a clone of your own voice and add it as one of the voices right here. So let's go back into speech synthesis. And then I'm going to choose the voice that we have generated. So it'll be this one. Now let's try a new text. Let's go ahead and generate.
Once upon a time, in a peaceful meadow, there lived a curious cow named Daisy. Daisy was no ordinary cow. She possessed an insatiable appetite for adventure and an unyielding desire to explore the world beyond the meadow.
So there's the sample voice. And once again, if you want to change the stability or the clarity, we can do so. So if I lower these, let's take a look at what this sounds like.
Once upon a time, in a peaceful meadow, there lived a curious cow named Daisy. Daisy was no ordinary cow. She possessed an insatiable appetite for adventure and an unyielding desire to explore the world beyond the meadow.
So as you can see, it's more, it focused more on clarity. It didn't feel rushed. And there you go. So now how do you actually save this? So once that you have generated your speech, how do you actually save the generated audio? What you need to do is we go into history, and then here are all of the voice tests that we have. And then what we can do is we can select the recording or the generated speech, and then we can download the selected. And there you go. So if you ever need to create some form of voiceovers, automate everything out, you can do so with Elevenlabs. Now if you found this tutorial useful, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.